The Dan Gaffney Morning Show on the telephone, our weekly chat with Dan White and Associates. And we have Dan White here. Dan, good morning. You're going to tell us about the Trump accounts. People need to know about this, right? Money for children that are born.
Absolutely. You know, if anybody watched the State of the Union, President Trump did reference these the other night. And I thought it'd be a good idea to just get everybody up to speed on how these are going to work. They're expected to begin in just a few months. And as a reminder, Trump accounts are tax-deferred savings accounts for children. They were established by Congress last July as part of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. And several different kinds of contributions can be made to the Trump accounts. The government is going to make a one-time $1,000 contribution from the government for children born between 2025 and 2028. So that's kind of nice. The government's kicking in $1,000. But then individual contributions by parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles on behalf of a child. For 2026, these contributions will be limited to $5,000 and are available even for children who don't qualify for the federal government contribution. So if they're not born between 25 and 28, you won't get the $1,000 from the government, but your family could still contribute up to $5,000. And then employer contributions can be made for children of employees, and the 2026 limit for those is $2,500, but that would count toward the $5,000 individual contribution limit. And then you can also tax-exempt organizations and governments can make contributions, and there's no dollar limit on them, and they don't count against the $5,000. But no contributions can be made before July the 4th of this year, and the last three I mentioned are only for children in the years before they reach age 18. Now, keep in mind, Trump accounts are non-Roth. They're traditional IRAs. And until the child turns 18, several rules are going to apply. For example, the accounts cannot be withdrawn for any reason, so there's no liquidity. And in addition, the funds have to be invested in a low-cost mutual fund or an ETF that tracks the S&P 500 index or other similar index. So, you know, in closing, I think they're a great idea. I mean, it's a great way to get a kid started with a retirement account, but there are some rules, and you got to be mindful of the rules.
And to find out about the rules on this and so many other things, we always send you to Dan White and Associates with offices on Savannah Road in Lewis. Dan, how do we contact you guys?
You can call our office toll-free at 888-690-8820, or you can go on our website, danwhiteandassociates.com.
Thank you, Dan White, for the tip this week on Trump accounts here on the Dan Gaffney program. It's 8:35.